We are Team O.
Okay, thank you.
That's a little close.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, are we ready? Yes, right here. Are we ready? Okay, start.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
believe
so-
you're talking about it. You're crazy. No, it's not.
Hey guys, everyone, calm down, be a little quieter, jeez. Now look, we only have about 10.5 minutes until we give our presentation, and our plan is not ready yet.
We have a plan.
Of course we have a plan, and it's a good plan too. Good plan.
Then what is it?
That's what we need to find out. Well, we need to get these problems worked out, and we need to do it really fast. We got 10.5 minutes here.
Wait, what are the problems?
Well, everyone was supposed to have researched an issue that they thought was important. Well, who wants to go first? How about you? What's your issue, so to speak?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked. I've had the worst day. Okay, I broke a nail, and I'm late for my emergency manicure appointment.
Oh, no way! Yeah, the other day the same thing happened to me. I broke this nail right there, and
Are you
yeah.
mocking me? I'm sure it was very traumatic, but that isn't an issue we came here to discuss.
Look, you guys, the climate is changing. We all know that. I mean, in just a couple of years, it's going to get hotter and drier, and we could run out of water. We need to take steps now to plan for the future.
You people are crazy. What's going to change in 50 years? Not a thing. We can't prepare, we can't prevent,
Well, science says that we can predict it, if that was one of the things, and common sense says that we will be able to prepare for it.
Ugh. How can you trust these scientific crackpots? Why, I don't even know why I need to be here. I should go home and flood my fields.
Well, there's one of our water problems right there.
What are you talking about?
Well, flood irrigation is like the least effective of all the watering types.
Actually, that's very true, you know.
I've never been so insulted.
Joe, sit down. They have a good point. I mean, I read in the newspaper the other day that our kids and grandkids won't have the same opportunities with like water as we did with our kids, and so it's really important that we get like some drip irrigation systems so we can conserve more water. And as the Native American proverb says, we do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children.
Wait, question? What if I don't have children? I don't want stretch marks.
It's the principle.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it looks like it's drip versus flood, and I think we should figure out where everybody's stance is, right? So, Joe, like, what's your full opinion on the matter, since you're the only one against?
My family's been flooding our farms for generations. I've done it all my life. Why should I change now to this more expensive drip irrigation?
Well, did you know that if you switch to drip irrigation, you could actually save $10,000 per year? Not to mention you conserve 52 gallons of water.
Yeah, right.
Well, here, I'll show you. Now, let's see here. See, for a 40-acre farm, you can save $10,000 a year. It's only $15,000 for the initial installation, and you save 52 million gallons. That's 20 to 40% of your water. It's so much
Okay, you
less.
have a point there, but I can't commit to that yet.
Wait, drip irrigation. Isn't that like a leaky toilet? Doesn't that like drip irrigate like your carpet?
No. Though that does bring up an amazing point. Like, what if we got the people to start switching to water-conserving appliances? That would be a really good idea, because that would save a heck of a lot of water.
What do you think, Sarah? I think that, like, as myself, like, with my family, I like that idea. It's a good idea.
Sort of the same thing as like refrigerator rebates. When you turn in your refrigerator and you get the money back. I mean, I've heard that the city of Albuquerque has a system in place just like that, where you get rebates on everything from zero-scaping to low-flush toilets. I mean, if we could get the people of Box Elder to switch that, we'd save a lot of water.
Like, Xenoscaping? Isn't that, like, that cool TV show? I love that show.
It's zero-scaping? Yeah, my business actually just switched to that. We pulled up all the grass and planted more native plants. And we have a lot less watering problems.
You're not gonna pull up my grass?
What if we replaced it with sagebrush?
Well, at least I won't have to mow anymore.
Yeah?
Well, I have a few neighbors that switched to xeriscaping. My husband and I have been thinking about switching to it because it looks so beautiful, but we didn't even think about water conservation.
Wait, did you say that your business switched to xeriscaping?
Yeah, we don't even really have to water anymore. I mean, it's kind of logical where like it's a hot summer day and you're like not irrigating, you're watering in the middle of the day or whatever, like 50% of its water just misses its mark anyways.
Wait, do you want people to stop, like watering their lawn? Because I like my lawn green. It's prettier that way.
Well, we can't convince people to stop watering their lawns, but we need to let people know that overwatering is the reason why the per capita use of water in Box Elder is higher than average. I mean, even though there's a lot of mountains in Utah, people need to realize that it's still a desert state.
Oh, I just remembered. I had some ideas about this, and it's on this cool poster.
Well, you have a poster too? I want one.
I did my little research before I came here, and about ways we could get people to conserve water. And I found out that we could do like $800 rebate for homes that did xeriscaping, and up to $5,000 for businesses that did xeriscaping.
Why didn't I think of that? Genius!
Yeah, and then I have this other cool poster, which is like talking about maybe possible rebates we could give the people for certain water conservational practices, and also water waste fees, because if they waste water like sprinkling during the day or something, then we could, for the first offense, $20. I think this is like the system in Albuquerque, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then this is like how much they would save, and they'd get that much rebate. I think it would be work.
Cool.
I
I wish we could give away free money every day. I want some. I like money.
Well, now that we know how to use the water or whatever, and we're forgetting one thing though. We gotta expand for the population by 2050. It's expected to double.
Well, there's not much we can do about that, is there?
Actually, there's quite a bit we can do about it. We can build a dam, and that would give us like safe, clean energy to use. Yeah.
Do you mean the dam at the Honeyville site? Because I thought we already talked about this. I mean, we can't build that dam. The effects on the environment would be horrible. I mean, think about the bird refuge and the water we cut off there, and the Shoshone tribes hate it because it might cover up their burial sites. It just can't work. The effects on the wildlife would be so detrimental, it isn't even funny.
And what if the poor little fishes ran into the wall? They might get a headache, and those hurt.
Then what do you two suggest?
Well, I think that we should consider the Wasatch Reservoir.
Hey, yeah. No, but aren't you aware that that reservoir, I can't say the name, but it would divert about 10% of the Great Salt Lake's total surface inflow. And if Great Salt Lake suffers, the bird refuge will suffer. If you're so concerned about the environment, what are you going to do about that then?
We'll just have to get water from somewhere else. I mean, I've thought about this, and I thought that maybe we could pump the water from Willard Bay down to the Great Salt Lake. I mean, it was built for irrigation in the first place anyway.
No way are you taking water from Willard Bay. Where would I go jet skiing? Do you care more about jet skiing than having drinking water?
I'm rich. I can always afford water.
Well, as Gandhi said, there is a sufficiency in the world for man's need, but not for man's greed.
What?
What do you think, Jill?
Oh, well,
Well, you know what? I just don't know what to do. Maybe we could get the water from some other place.
Can anyone think of another option?
oh, we could just bomb the place.
That's not true. Well, what if we just got the water from somewhere else? What if we got it from Hiram Dam in Cache Valley? If you were to just raise the water levels, then I could have more water for boating, because my family and I always go there, and people could drink water too.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, if we just raise the level of Hiram Reservoir, then it could provide for all the water that the bird refuge and Lake Washaki, I can't say it, would then lose. Yeah.
Wow, you're a genius.
The only problem is how we would pay for it. Oh, yeah, I know I'm a genius.
Taxes, maybe?
Well, in 1992, Utah State Legislature passed an act to appropriate money from the Bear River Development Account to the Division of Water Resources for studies and planning relating to development of the Bear River.
So
I read it in a magazine, okay? Don't be so shocked.
I really, if I get your gist or whatever, I think you're trying to tell us that there's federal funding available.
Yeah, I was. I did research.
Well, now that we have the water and how to conserve it, what about keeping it like clean and drinkable?
Well, if we want to keep it clean, then we need to keep the soil from like eroding off into the river. As in the bins.
Yeah.
And we also need to keep the cows from polluting the river.
Well, what's the cows have to do with it?
Okay, do you want to drink manure water? Because I don't. Come on, even I got that.
Well, the cows naturally go there. We can't keep them away from the river.
Well, we could put up berms. That would keep the cows away.
Yeah, berms. Like, it would create like temporary jobs or whatever, and it would like stimulate the economy with that. But it would also like, they might erode over time though. Oh, I know. We could plant like trees along them, like native trees to help the erosion. And that would also keep out the cows.
We're almost ready to present you guys.
Oh, I have an idea. Okay, I think that all these plans are great, but it won't be any good if we don't educate the citizens. So I think that we need to have to Save the World Day and get the kids involved. They could do trivia dunk, answer a water question, get to throw a ball at a parent or a teacher. What kid doesn't want that? Creative posters, and for the adults, we could have a fair or some convention where they can actually find out all this information that we've discovered. I mean, it'd be so cool.
You really did do research.
I know.
Wow, this is great. So, does anyone remember like the gist of everything so we can go on there and be like, this is it? Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we want drip irrigation for the residents and for the businesses, although for the farms it'd be more practical for the set time sprinklers to go in dusk or dawn. We should have rebates for water conserving appliances. We should have the Washakie Reservoir, and in the process raise Higham Dam. We should have berms to keep the cows away from the river, and we should plant trees to keep erosion from happening. And finally, we need to educate the citizens.
Wow, sounds good.
When did you get so smart?
I don't know. Cool, isn't it?
Fine.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
That was cool.
Okay, you have 3 minutes to answer questions.
Okay. Are there any questions?
Yeah.
Trying to observe it all. Did you consider climate changes in your in the problem and in your solutions?
Oh, yeah. So it was the basis for all of what we plan to do.
Okay,
Like, as the climate changes, we'll lose water. So that's why we need
Yeah,
to
it'll get
preserve
hotter.
We
water.
have to conserve what little water we will have left.
okay.
Because you said earlier that it will get hotter and drier, and so we tried to like base it around getting hotter and drier. So
Yeah, it's...
Okay.
Do you know where Box Elder County currently gets their water supply?
I believe it's from the Bear River.
Okay,
Mainly.
That's the
it's
main
the
source.
60% the Bear River, and
And like 15% is the aquifers and 25% is the Malad River or something like that. So the Bear River's most of it, but there are other sources they could get it from.
We're speaking strictly agricultural,
Yeah, basically.
not,
Yeah, mostly.
not potable water,
Yeah.
agricultural water.
Yeah.
I've got a question, quick. Who else is interested in Washakie Reservoir besides Box Elder County?
Oh, this one.
Well, the migratory bird refuge would prefer a lot better than the dam, and if we can raise the levels of Hiram Dam, then they won't feel the effect so much. It will help counteract what we plan to do. So I think it benefits everybody, including the Great Salt Lake in that area, because we won't have to take the water from Willard Bay.
and the brine shrimp thing will continue.
Kind of my question is that it's a controversial issue that some of our district representatives have been fighting here because Salt Lake wants that water.
That's true.
Wow.
Well,
It's an interesting, difficult.
it's going to be a controversial issue no matter what answer we present, because there's always going to be someone against it.
So we build it and Salt Lake gets it.
Pretty much.
Well, we're trying to prevent that with raising Hiram Dam, though.
Yeah.
So they could have more of that water. So they could have the same amount of water that they're having now, and Box Elder could have their water too.